From the field to your screen, a fifth-generation farmer from Minnesota is now a social media success and an influencer with more than 70 million views on his YouTube channel. Let's bring in Millennial farmer Zach Johnson. Zach, good morning.
Good morning, Cheryl. How are you?
Good. So you're kind of, you say, an accidental YouTube star. How did this all happen?
Well, in 2016, I had the idea of putting my farm life out there just to try to relate to people about what we do on our farms and really be transparent about what goes on in the day-to-day management of the business. And I just started putting myself out there. But for about a year and a half, it was really just a hobby. It was nothing more than that. And then I had a couple of videos that went big right around harvest time in 2017. And it's just kind of snowballed since there. My wife and I put a lot of time and effort into it, and we just kind of, it just keeps building, and it's not something that I ever expected to get to this point. Certainly never expected to be talking to you about it. It's just kind of taken off and become something of its own.
What do you think it is with your YouTube channel and your videos? I mean, what do people say to you that they find most interesting about your day-to-day life? Because frankly, for most of us, we don't know what farmers really do day-to-day.
Right, and I think that's what makes it interesting to a lot of people, is to be able to really see, you know, from the inside out, what's going on at the farm level. When people drive down the interstate and they see the farmers out there working, and they have a lot of questions about why are they doing this or why are they doing that, or they hear things on the news or they see things on the internet, but they don't really know what goes into making the decisions and what the technology is that goes behind that. And I think it's an interesting way for a lot of people who don't have another way to see from the inside how a farm works. It's a good way for them to really see directly from a farmer, from myself, from our family that lives out here on the farm and does this every day. It's a good way for them to see how that works.
Jack Brewer's got a question for you.
Zach, how you doing? Jack Brewer, man, University of Minnesota, proud alum.
Hey, Jack.
Brother, what city are you in? Where's your farm located?
We are southwest of Alexandria, Minnesota, about 15 miles.
So, ladies and gentlemen, I asked him that question because you have to understand the terrain that Zach and the weather conditions that you're farming under. I mean, it gets brutally cold in Minnesota. So just explain a little bit about all that you take on as a farmer in that part of the country.
Yeah, as you said, it gets cold. We're about halfway between Minneapolis and Fargo, North Dakota. And it gets cold here. So obviously, with any farmer, anytime you're farming, the weather is a concern, right? It's the #1 thing. But up here in Minnesota, where we're at, we can grow really good corn, but we have a short season to do it in. We've got really good soils, but we're in a cold climate. So we've got to do everything we can to get in early in the spring to get as many days, as many growing days, for that corn to grow and really give it the opportunity to do the best that it can.
Hey, Zach,
and then once it's ready.
Can I ask you a real quick question? The first video that went viral, what was it about? What was it that triggered that tremendous response?
Well, I had a video where I just walked around with my GoPro, and as I said, at that time it was my hobby, and so I just walked around with the GoPro really and talked to the camera about everything we had going on and what we were doing getting ready for harvest. And within a couple of days, it hit 100,000 views, which for me at the time was just crazy. And that was kind of my breakthrough video.
Before we let you go, I got to ask you about the money that you're making, because you've now got apparel, you've got merchandise, and you've figured out a way to connect your advertisers to those that are watching your videos on YouTube. That's pretty amazing.
Yeah, like I say, it's kind of taken on a life of its own. It's become its own thing. We work hard at it, but it's been a great opportunity for us.
Zach Johnson, it's a really great story, and your videos are really fun. I watched a couple last night, so congratulations.
Yeah, thank you guys.